Attention. This is a special report about how the real Jesus has returned. I repeat, the real Jesus has returned. Little children, the Creator is a living Creator, and the Creator has a living voice. Truth and love, who made the stars, has a living voice, and is the person that you would call Jesus. Not Jesus of the Bible, but Jesus of eternity. This is the person you know. This is the voice of truth, through whom the Creator made the galaxies, through whom the Creator made every living thing. And unlike in book religion, where everything is scripted and you know how everything will go based on what is written in the book, we who are the children of light follow a living voice. The real Jesus is not dead as portrayed in Constantine's Bible Christianity, but the real Jesus is living. And the real Jesus is not a Jew in the flesh, but the real Jesus is a spirit. And he's active in the here and now. He's not a Jew hanging on a cross in the Middle East, but little children, the real Jesus is living, and he's only found in the spirit. The living Jesus is a voice of truth, and he gives the spirit of life. And when you receive the spirit of life, you become a voice of truth. There's no such thing as a living book, but little children, there is a such thing as a living voice. And the truth of life is when you follow the inner voice of truth. It's called the inner voice. And when you follow the inner voice of truth, you'll find the kingdom of the living God. That's where the living Jesus lives. He lives in the spirit, and the spirit of life in him lives inside of his people. Unlike in book religion, there's no such thing as a kingdom of a book. There's no such thing as a kingdom that's 10,000 miles in the sky. But the real kingdom is inside of the hearts of them who love the truth. The real kingdom is spirit and life. Little children, they teach through Bible sorcery that Jesus is returning, and I'm telling you, he's already returned. He's returned many times. There's a false doctrine out there that says Jesus has returned in 70 AD, but I'm telling you that the real Jesus, he comes and goes as he pleases. And he's not coming back to establish some kind of a kingdom in Jerusalem. But he's in the here and now, setting up his kingdom in the hearts of his children. Little children of light, you who love the truth, Jesus comes and goes as he pleases. You must learn that spirits are real, that Jesus is a spirit, that the Creator is a spirit, that you are a spirit. There's a whole other world out there you must be aware of. And when Jesus returns to the earth, whenever he returns, the earth begins to shake. That brings us to the time when Jesus returned. And there was a movement that was labeled the movement of the Quakers, led by the leader, none other than George Fox. Another time Jesus returned, it was more recently, in the early 1900s. You know it as the Azusa Street movement. And it took place over in Los Angeles, California, and people from all over the world came. And the enemy hijacked it, just like he hijacked the Quakers. Another time Jesus returned was even more recent than the Azusa Street movement. It was called the hippie movement. And the enemy came in and hijacked that movement. But now, the real Jesus has returned once again. And he's telling you that he's a spirit, so you know he's real. Now when it comes to the Bible sorcerers that attempt to con you into believing the lie that the living Jesus there's a second coming and he's coming to establish a kingdom in the Middle East. Little children, that's just a trick. Because if that were true, then you'd be looking to Jesus the Jew. If that were true, then your faith would be found in a book. If that were true, then your faith being in a book would give Satan control over the affairs of end time events. But little children, the truth of life is that Israel that was established in 1948 is a false Israel. When it comes to people directing you to a Bible, telling you that there's a such thing as a second coming, and that Jesus is going to come and land on the Mount of Olives with his angels, you better understand the truth that the real Jesus has already returned and he's raising up his children today. And he's telling you that his kingdom is not in the Middle East, but his kingdom is only found in the heart. The real Jesus has returned. He's in the here and the now. And he's telling you because he wants you to be awake to the truth of life so that you know what your enemy's trying to do. Your enemy is all about deception, and he wants you to be misdirected, looking at a false state of Israel instead of knowing that the only thing that is real is found inside of you. When it comes to the Sandman, Lucifer, also known as the dragon, he's an imitator and he understands spirits because the Spirit told me Lucifer was there in the beginning. So that means your enemy, he's going to try to imitate the King of eternity, the real Jesus, and he wants you to look in the flesh, and he wants to keep you captivated and hypnotized in the things of the sands of time. But when it comes to real life, little children, and faith that's real and true love, always look inside of your heart, knowing that the real Jesus speaks to the heart. He does not guide through a Bible. He doesn't guide through a book, but he speaks directly to our spirits. Because if we go by anything but the Spirit, we will be diverted away from the Creator within, and we will be under the spell of the devil. Now, when it comes to what he's doing, as he has returned now, as he's speaking prophecy, as he told us that his voice would be heard in the land again. And he said another time, he revealed that the sons of God, the children of light, would be manifested. Well, this is the time of the final awakening. This is the time of the final regeneration. Little children, in 2011, he said the children of light would be manifested. But you can't really know if that's real, and you can't know if what I'm saying is true unless you can feel me on the inside of you. And he's telling you right now, just like I did in 2011, he said that the children of light would be manifested. And I had called on him because I knew that he was real. I knew there was a such thing as the voice of truth. You don't have to get caught up in names. You can use the word Yeshua. You can use the word I am. You can say Yahashua, whatever you want to say, but it's the voice of truth nonetheless. And all you got to do is just call on him, because that's what I did in 2011. I said, well, the real Jesus, I know he's real. I know he's a spirit, and I know that he's living, and I'm going to call on him. I'm not going to stay broken. I'm not going to give up on life, but I'm going to call on him until I feel that he's indeed real. You got to feel for God, little children. You got to feel for truth and love until truth and love becomes real inside of you. And he's telling you right now, feel for God, feel for the child inside of you, because I know that he's been buried through the sands of time by book religion, but he's telling you these things so you don't be buried, so you don't stay dead. You gotta feel for the true God who made the stars, who's not found inside of the manger. He's not found on a cross. He's not found in Jerusalem. He's not found in Mecca, but he's only found inside of you. Feel for God. Let him become real to you, because the real Jesus has returned.